So in this video, I'm going to talk about logos and how some of them can have a weight problem. What that means is when you're looking at a logo, we want to keep our focus on the center, in the middle, on the logo, and we don't want our eyes drawing away from the important part. Now, as an example, if we look at this, these two shapes, this would represent a character, and then underneath the rectangle would be like the word mark of a logo. And as you can see, they're perfectly aligned, they're centered. Nothing looks out of place. And if I go ahead and bring in this line just to further illustrate that these guys are aligned, we can see that there is nothing out of place. But watch what happens when I show you what's behind these shapes. So I'm going to reveal that there is a logo behind it. Now, when you look at it, can you kind of feel that the weight is a little bit shifted to the upper left? And that's because more of the mass of the character is on that left side there. So even though it's perfectly aligned technically, because when I show the square again, it fits directly behind it, the problem is that the mass of that character, it looks to be more to the upper left. So it's drawing your focus away from the middle. Easiest way to fix this as a designer is I would just go ahead and take the character and just shift him to the right a little bit. That's all I would do. And then I would go ahead and then show you that it's not perfectly centered, because here's that square, and see how that white little area right there, it's a little bit off of it. That's how much I needed to shift it just to make sure that it felt like that center of gravity was just properly put into place. Another way to, here's a trick for you. If you want to see if you have a weight problem and you're not sure, you can also just squint your eyes. And if you look at this logo here, go ahead and take a look at this. This is what it would look like if your eyes were squinted. You'll see that the positive area in the middle, your eyes are kind of going to that 10 o'clock area where that wrench is. The reason is because not only does positioning affect your weight, but so does color and brightness. So if you have a logo that has brightness in certain areas, certain colors, it's going to take your focus away from where you want it. And so this is a great way to see that. I would say that while this logo is not, imperfect, it's not, seriously flawed, I would say that it has a weight problem, and it would serve the designer well just to take a look at it again and seeing if you can balance the hammer to the wrench. So let's go ahead and make a logo, and we're going to make something for a juice bar. So this is Fiju, the juice bar, and we're going to use this font because it's nice and fun. It looks kind of tropical. It looks friendly. And now we want to bring in the tagline juice bar so that people know it's a juice bar. And we've got to put the word juice bar somewhere. This is the obvious place that we would put it, directly underneath. The problem, though, is that directly above, on the left and right side of the J, there's a lot of negative space there. Doesn't it feel kind of empty and like there should be something there? So I would say that underneath is not a good place for it. So then the other options are to the left and then to the right of the J. But the problem with it being on the left side is we're reading the word juice bar before we read the word Fiju. And the focus is on Fiju. We can't have that if we have a word on the left side, because our minds read top to left, or top to bottom, left to right. And so this is a problem. So we got to go ahead and put it on the other side. When we do, now we're cooking, but we have a little bit of a weight problem. Everything's kind of shifting to the right a little bit. So the easiest way to fix that and to keep the focus on Fiju is to just change the font of juice bar. We're going to make it a little thinner to keep that focus on Fiju. And now we still see that we have a little bit more of a weight problem that we can fix. So we want to bring the focus upward, and we're going to bring in an element for the juice bar. So it's just juice, a droplet of liquid. And now we see that things are a little bit better. But the client, they wanted to make sure that we brought in a character or a mascot. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And that oval just represents a character. But now we can feel the weight going hard to the left, right? It's almost there, but now there's a lot of weight to the left. So this is the easiest way to shift it back over to the right. And this is why with characters and mascots, why they're so popular right now, and you see a lot of tilted logos, because this is how you can shift that weight back to the right. So all you have to do is just tilt it, and now we're sending it back towards feet. So as you can see, there's a lot that goes into weight distribution with logos. And yeah, I hope you found this video helpful.